Humans of the cardboard. Huge, huge, huge news this morning. We're looking at two brand new Sky Striker cards. It looks like a new Link-2 and a new quick play spell. But one thing to keep in mind, do not forget we have a Link-1 getting revealed, I think, in the first week of next month, because I think it's this month's V-Jump promo. So keep an eye on that as well. I don't expect V-Jump promos to be crazy in modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! They just don't seem to make them that good. But I will say the ones that are like archetype based, like more strict archetype, they have been better in the past. So keep that in mind. But obviously things can change with the Link-1 as well. So let's get into this thing. I don't want to waste any time. This is crazy. This is Duelist Advance, by the way. So the next core set after Alliance Insight. Let's see how they go. Starting off here, we have our first new girl. Oh, people are going to love that design. 2000 attack, Link-2. Down left, down right. Of course, she is a light machine, a Link effect monster. She takes two Sky Striker Ace monsters, which is interesting. Okay, so she does take two Sky Strikers. So you do have to get two bodies on the field to make this, but that's pretty easy with Hornet drones and stuff. All right, you can only special summon her once per turn. She cannot be used as link material. That's an interesting restriction on her. That means we cannot link down into the Link-1s using her. But there's no restriction here, it looks like, in terms of keeping you from summoning her off of something like Sky Striker Linkage or Ray. Can Ray summon her as well? We'll see. But yeah, you can only use one of the first and second effects once per turn and only once that turn. So you got to pick one. You can't do both. If this card is special summoned, you can add a Sky Striker spell from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Woo boy. Okay, now we're talking. This deck, dude, it's great. They give it Camellia to give it just a link to more, easy version of the dump that not Kagari, not Shizuku, Hayate get Hayate? No, what's the other one's name? Jesus. I don't remember what the wind one is, her name. And then now they give us a Link-2 version that's just a better version of Shizuku. Instead of searching on end phase, it just searches on special summon. That's pretty nice. All right, second effect. You can tribute this card to special summon one Sky Striker Ace Ray and one Sky Striker Ace Rose from your deck and or graveyard. Then you can destroy one card on the field. Whoo! Wow. Okay, so what I'm getting out of this, just strictly, I think this card has utility in all points of the game, but specifically going first, you can make this card search, I don't know, engage maybe, if you want. Bonus Widow Anchors, oh my god, their names, I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. Hitting the quick play spell that like is kind of like a DD Crow, or reborn your opponent's monsters. That one, you can get some interruption off this. Is really the what I'm getting. Cool, from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Love that. And then, even though you can only use one of its effects per turn and only once that turn, you can't use both, you still have the second effect here. Whereas a quick effect, you can tribute this card to then summon Ray and Rose. By the way, Ray can still tag out on the opponent's turn into a different link to get some, follow-up utility, whatever. Make a Kagari on the opponent's turn, add back stuff. Make a Hayate to make it annoying for your opponent, try and beat over your stuff. Whatever you want. But you're also just getting a non-target pop out of this at the same time, and full setup. I don't... Like, in a pure list, I'm not sure if this means you would play Ray at 1, just because, like, the deck doesn't have its own normal summon anyway, so you just, like, still kind of want to open it. But, like, man, when you don't open it, you still feel okay, because if you can just, like, engage your way into a Hornet Drones line, you are just going to get both in rotation anyway. It does tribute for cost, so Ash Blossom on this is actually quite brutal, so you have to keep that in mind, but still seems like a really solid Link-2 to add to the Sky Striker lineup. I'm not going to lie. All right, and our new quick play spell is Sky Striker Alternative Lemnis Gate. It's a quick play. Obviously, you can only use the first and second effect once per turn. Target an equal number of Sky Striker Ace monsters and Sky Striker spells in your graveyard. Equal number, okay? So you go one monster, one spell, two monsters, two spells. Shuffle them into the deck, then you can return to the hand up to one card on the field for every 3 cards shuffled. For every 3. Interesting. Okay. So even targeting 1 and 1, you don't get to shuffle anything. You would have to target at least 2 and 2. But we're talking Sky Strikers here. You're making Kagar, you're adding something back. You're making a second name, you know. You're making Shizuku, or you're making the new Link-2 and getting plenty of names engraved. You might have started with Ray or Rose just to get the play going. And so this works there. I guess the best case scenario is like, okay, we get 6 full names engraved, like 6 monster names, 3 monster names, 3 spells, and you still feel confident that you're going to be able to maintain 3 spells engraved for engage. You may still keep, Ray or Rose engraved for follow up, but still being able to just be like double bounce and reset your extra deck. That's a pretty key part of this, is that like nobody wanted to play that older card that like shuffled, like put your graveyard stuff back, recycled for you. But this one, pretty good. This one's still pretty good. Okay, cool. I don't mind that, because it's just, this is what you need. Like, you can't make just raw like not just raw recursion, but raw I guess you call it recursion, but recycling that doesn't like plus you in any way or anything. You need to like do it in like dual purpose, where this card is also a pretty solid interruption if you get it set up enough. That's cool. And then secondly, if a Sky Striker monster is special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card immediately after this effect resolves. Link summon 1 Sky Striker Ace monster. Super interesting. So you don't like get it back, but you do just get to quick link. I'm trying to think of like the best ways to utilize this, but I'm honestly not sure. Yeah, I honestly don't know off the top of my head like the best way to utilize this, but I'm sure there are good ways in this deck, no doubt. Yeah, all things considered, like pretty good. I think the Link-2 is definitely the winner of the two. I could easily see this card being a staple one of in the deck. Downside of this card is that you do just have to get enough going. You have to get, ideally at least 4 names, because since you have to target an equal number, you have to go for at least 4, right? 2 monsters, 2 spells. You have to get at least 4 in rotation already for this card to feel impactful enough. But a non-target bounce 1 and recycle your grave is still pretty good, and then even extra utility later on with that graveyard effect. So I still think it could be a one of in that regard, totally. But the Link-2 is nice. The Link-2 is actually like an end board piece. I feel like link wise, that's one thing this deck had always been missing, is like, if we go first, what can we end on that actually feels good? You're usually like, are we getting 1, 2 Widow Anchors maybe? And that's all your engine's actually ending you on as far as interaction goes. But now we actually have like the ability to like, 1, we're getting extra searches, and 2, we're getting the ability to non-target pop, get Ray and Rose in rotation. I think the key here is you could summon both of these and then use this engrave to quick link into like Zeke or something. And then Zeke banish something on summon, right? So you could be, I think that might be one of the ways you're able to take advantage of this card. But I'm sure there's other cool interactions with it as well. Yeah, this is cool. This is really cool. It does take 2 Sky Striker monsters, so it doesn't lock you at all, which is a little bit concerning. I do think it does sort of like, man, because it is scary that like even still the standard lines that people play when people splash the Sky Striker engine in, you can still go, engage, add Hornet Drones for Kagar get back Hornet Drones summon a new token, make this card now, this card search you another engage for Widow Anchor there. And I guess to be fair, you're not like doing the crazy connecting to other stuff, and you won't be using the second effect because you have to have Rose and Ray in the deck to resolve this effect, so that's pretty important. Deck or graveyard, but you do have to have them in your main deck at the very least, like deck building wise. I don't know. It's hard to piece it all together here, but if you like Sky Strikers, this is cool. I know a lot of people don't like Sky Strikers because Konami's given them way too much attention, but it is what it is, man. If they're gonna give them support, I want them to at least be rogue, and it feels like they've kind of been missing, and it's been more of an engine. We'll see with Yummy, it's going to be an engine. It's been an engine with other decks very recently, Tenpai Dragon, Malice, obviously, and it'll be cool to hopefully maybe see like a resurgence of the pure variant come through. I'm very curious on that. But anyway, I'm out of here for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts down below on this stuff. How can this potentially get pure Skystriker, like a more pure variant, like to respectable level? I'm very curious if where you guys land on that. But I'm out of here for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Keep you posted on all things new. Subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. I'm out of here. Peace.